Okay, so for today, we'll be discussing more examples. Kaya lang this time, we'll be looking not only the general solution, but also for the particular solution. So let's say this example, y double prime plus y is equal to 10e raised to 2x, wherein if x is 0, y is 0, and if x is 0, y prime is also 0. So find the particular solution. Okay, so the method that you will use depends on the g of x. Yung, kung pwede yung gamitin na method, ay nakadepende siya sa g of x. So if the g of x or the right term of our equation is under the trial particular solution nung ating undetermined coefficient, we can use that method. If not, if it is not one of them, so we can use variation of parameters. But if it's under any of that particular, any of those particular solutions, so we can also use variation of parameters. The difference is in variation of parameters, we'll be having integrals, while in undetermined coefficient, it's purely derivatives. So since we have e raised to 2x, so therefore, we have a trial particular solution for that. But I'll ask you, which method should we use? That one, or we can try variation of parameters? I'll let you decide. Because even if it has a trial particular solution, we can still solve it using variation of parameters. So sabi ni Lawrence, okay, so we'll try it by variation of parameters. Okay, so that's also a good choice. Okay, so first is first, so we need to find the general solution, which is equal to y sub c plus y sub t. Okay, and then we'll solve first the y sub c. Yeah. So y sub c muna tayo. So y sub c, we make the left side a homogeneous equation and then convert those y's into m's. That's equal to 0. So get the roots of m. What are the roots? Mode 5, 3. So that's a 1, 0, 1. Okay, so it's imaginary. So the roots are equal to plus minus I. So it's case number 2, case 2 of our homogeneous equation. So we need to find alpha. So base dito ang alpha ay 0, and then beta is equal to 1. So ang y sub c natin na equal siya sa e raised to 0x times quantity c1 cosine beta x. So that is beta, that's as cosine, plus c2 sine x. Ayan. But e raised to 0 is 1. So therefore, y sub c is equal to c1 cosine x plus c2 sine x. Ayan. Okay? Next. Now, let's get the y sub p. Okay? So, ang sabi yung gamitin natin is variation of parameters. So, for variation of parameters, ang y sub p natin equal siya sa u1, y1 plus u2, y2. Okay? But base, remember, u1 and u2 depends on yc. So, therefore, y1 is equal to the first term or the first solution. So that is equal to cosine x, and then y2 will be equal to sine x. Ayan. Since dalawa yan, so we will derive it only once. So y1 prime is negative sine x, and y2 prime is equal to cosine x. Ayan. And then using this method, we will introduce a set of equation wherein we want to get u1 prime, ayan, u1 prime, and then after we get u1 prime and u2 prime, we will integrate them to get the value of u, so we can use substitute them to our equation. Okay, so for our system of solution, it should be u1 prime y1 is plus u2 prime y2 is equal to 0. And then u1 prime y1 prime plus u2 prime y2 prime is equal to g of x. And g of x. Okay, so let's substitute what we have in this system of equations. So u1 prime we'll just copy, and then y1 prime is cosine. Cosine x plus u2 prime sine x is equal to 0. And u1 prime times negative sine x plus u2 prime cosine x is equal to, our g of x is 10 times e raised to 2x. 10 times e raised to 2x. Okay, so next one, what method do you want us to use? Substitution, elimination, or Kramer's rule determinants? If you are to solve this, so how will you find the u1 prime and u2 prime? By elimination or by Kramer's rule or determinants? Lawrence, you, how about you? What do you think? If you are to solve this, and Zemel. Okay. Oh, elimination. Okay, so we'll try elimination daw. Okay. Okay. So if you will do elimination, ayan. So pili kayo kung ano ang unang method, anong unang variable ang i-eliminate natin. Is it U2 or U1 prime? Okay, so based on the given, I think I will eliminate U1 kasi may negative na siya dito. So let's just multiply the whole equation by, para magpareho yung term nila. So yung una ay sine, and then yung pangalawa ay cosine. Ayan. So let's multiply them. So I will have u1 prime sine x cosine x plus u2 prime sine squared x is equal to 0. And then ito multiply doon. So u1 prime negative sine x cosine x plus u2 prime cosine squared x is equal to 10 e raised to 2x cosine x. Parang hindi maganda yata ang ano, ang variation of parameters. Because how will I integrate that? Okay. Okay, so let's add. So cancel. So I'll have u2 prime sine squared x plus u2 prime cosine squared x is equal to 10 e raised to 2x cosine x. Okay, let's factor out u2 prime. So that's equal to u2 prime times the quantity sine squared plus cosine squared x is equal to 10 e raised to 2x cosine x. So we can cancel this because that's equal to 1. Okay, so therefore, okay, u2 prime is equal to 10 e raised to 2x cosine x. Okay, and then let's substitute that at equation 1. At 1, so u1 prime cosine x plus u2, which is 10 e raised to 2x cosine x sine x is equal to 0. Okay, so divide natin ito ng cosine x, cancel, cancel, and cancel. So u1 prime is equal to negative 10 e raised to 2x sine x. Natatawa ko dun sa... Okay, now let's get u1 prime. So u1 prime is equal to negative 10 e raised to 2x cosine x. So let's integrate both sides now to get our u1 prime. u1 pala. So u1 then is equal to, plus ilalabas ko muna yung negative 10 times the integral of e2x cosine x. Now, anong method ang gagamitin natin? So, kung magliliyate tayo, wala tayong choice kundi magba-by parts. Ang magiging u natin ay, I think it's cosine. Tama ba? Trigo and then exponential. So, ang u natin ay cosine x at ang dv natin ay e raised to 2x dx. Okay, so derive natin to. So, du is negative sine x. And then v is equal to 1/2 e raised to 2x. Okay, so ang e raised to 2x, the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x is equal to uv. So 1/2 cosine x e raised to 2x minus the integral of v du. So that's 1/2 e raised to 2x times negative sine x dx. So may dx pala dito. Alright. Okay, so let's simplify. So that is equal to 1/2 e raised to 2x cosine x minus, or plus na pala, 1/2 times the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx. So we'll do by parts again. So u is liyate ulit, so it's sine x, and then dv is still e raised to 2x dx. So du is equal to cosine x, and then v is 1/2 e raised to 2x. So therefore, ang integral ng e raised to 2x sine x dx ay equal siya sa uv. So that's 1/2 sine x e raised to 2x minus the integral of v du. So that's 1/2 e raised to 2x, maybe cosine. Ayan. Okay? So, umulit na siya. Di ba pag umulit na siya, ang ginagawa natin ay tinatranspose na lang natin. Okay? So, isusulat kong buo muna. Mula dito. Ayan. So, the integral of e2x cosine x is equal to 1/2 cosine, mali, e raised to 2x cosine x plus 1/2 times quantity. Ito ay ito yung value niya. 1/2 sine x e raised to 2x minus 1/2 the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx. Ayan. So, simplify na natin. So, the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx is equal to 1/2 e raised to 2x cosine x. Kaya nag-iisip lang ako. Okay, anyway. Inisip ko lang kung yun ang determined natin to, parang ang dali-dali lang. Anyway. Ayan, so nandito na tayo. Plus 1/4 sine x e raised to 2x minus 1/4 the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx. Ayan. And then we transpose it to the other side. Ito. So magiging siyang 1 plus 1/4. 1 plus 1/4. So that's 5/4. So 5/4, the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx equal to 1/2 e raised to 2x cosine x plus 1/4 e raised to 2x sine x. And divide this by 5/4. So the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx is equal to 1/2 divided by 5/4. 2/5 e raised to 2x cosine x plus 1/5 e raised to 2x sine x. So therefore, dito na tayo. Na ba? Dito na pala. So, ayan. So, ito na ay, mali ako. This is cosine. So, ito na tayo. Ayan. So, u1 then is equal to negative 10 times 2/5 e raised to 2x times cosine x plus 1/5 e raised to 2x sine x. Or u1 prime is equal to negative 2 e raised to 2x, 4 pala, cosine x 10 times 1/5, okay, minus 2 e raised to 2x sine x. Okay. U1 prime pa lang yan. Nako. Okay, now let's go to U2 prime. Ano na lang natin, parang learning ano lang din to. Learning experience. Asa na yung U2 prime natin? Hindi ko makita. Ayun. Ang U2 prime natin ay equal siya sa 10, the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx. Kanina, sine x. Ay, wait. Parang mali yata ako. Parang U1 prime yata yung kinuha. U2, parang U2 yata yung kinuha natin. U2, 10 cosine. Okay, mali. So this is U2. Yeah. So yung ko correct ko. Okay. Now let's go to U1. So ang U1 natin ay ito, yung may sign naman. So let me erase this. So, ang U1 prime natin ay siya pala ang negative. Positive pala yan, ha? E raised to 10, negative 10 e raised to ux sine x. So, yung kanina, it should be, I'm sorry. So, this should be positive. Yan, positive pala. Hindi naman, wala naman nagsabi sa inyo na mali pala ang kinopya. Ayan. So, U1 prime na tayo. So, ito na i-integrate natin. Okay, same lang naman din. Magliliyate tayo. So that's equal to negative 10, the integral of e raised to 2x para makuha natin U1, sine x dx. So, kung magliliyate tayo, same. Ang U natin is the trigo function at ang du natin will be the exponential. Ayan. So, du is equal to cosine x and then v is 1/2 e raised to 2x. So, ang integral ng e raised to 2x sine x dx ay equal siya sa uv. That's 1/2 e raised to 2x sine x minus the integral of v du. So, that's negative 1/2 e raised to 2x cosine x dx. Okay. Next. So, kunin naman natin is the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx. Simplify lang muna natin. Is equal to 1/2 e raised to 2x sine x minus 1/2 the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx. At ano ang integral ng e raised to 2x cosine x dx? Kokopay na lang natin sa ginawa natin kanina. Huwag na nating ulitin. Ulitin pa ba natin? Ayan. Ito siya. Ang integral nito ay eto. Okay, sige. Huwag na natin gawin yun. Saan po nag-positive? Nagkamali kasi ako ng copy kanina ng U1 at saka U2. Nagkamali ako ng kopya kanina. Positive pala yung U2. U2 pala yung in-integrate ko kanina, hindi U1. Okay, ito yung nakuha nating U1 prime and U2 prime. Ang in-integrate ko yung cosine. Akala ko yung sine. So, pinalitan kong positive kasi positive yung 10. Nasa negative pala yung cosine. Okay. Sobrang haba ng solution na. Okay, this time, ang integrate naman natin ay iyon. Ano yung magiging u natin? So, u is still yung cosine. At ang du natin ay negative sine. At yung dv natin ay yung e raised to 2x. At ang v natin ay 1/2 e raised to 2x. So, may dx na. So, therefore, the integral of e raised to 2x cosine x dx is equal to uv. So, that's 1/2 e raised to 2x times cosine x. Okay, minus the integral of 1/2 e raised to 2x times negative sine x dx. So, simplify natin. So, this is 1/2 e raised to 2x cosine x plus 1 half the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx. Okay? So, ang gagawin ko ay, since ito ay isa-substitute natin siya dito. Ayan. So, therefore, the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx is equal to 1 half e raised to 2x sine x minus 1 half times, ito yung buong ito, 1 half e raised to 2x cosine x plus 1 half e raised to 2x sine x dx. Okay, so let's simplify. So the integral of e raised to sine x dx is equal to 1 half e raised to 2x sine x minus 1/4 e raised to 2x cosine x. May integral to. Plus 1 minus 1/4 the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx. And then, since pareho na sila ulit, so ito ay transpose natin to the other side. So magiging siyang 5/4 ulit. So 5/4, the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx is equal to 1 half e raised to 2x sine x minus 1/4 e raised to 2x cosine x. And divide natin to ng 5/4. So the integral of e raised to 2x sine x dx is equal to 2/5 e raised to 2x sine x minus 1/5 e raised to 2x cosine x. Ayan. Okay. So, ibabalik na natin. Dito na. Ayan. So, therefore, ang u1 natin ay equal siya sa negative 10 times 2/5 e raised to 2x sine x minus 1/5 e raised to 2x cosine x. Or simplify natin, so that's negative 4 e raised to 2x sine x minus plus 2 e raised to 2x cosine x. Okay? Ayan. Sa wakas. Okay. Now, let's proceed to our general solution. So, therefore, y sub p is equal to u1 y1 plus u2 y2. So, let's substitute. So, y sub p is u1 is negative 4 e raised to 2x sine x plus 2e raised to 2x cosine x times ang y1 natin ay cosine x. Okay, plus quantity. Ang U2 natin ay nasaan? Nasaan ang U2? Nawawala. Ito. 4 e raised to 2x cosine x plus 2e raised to 2x sine x times sine x. Ayan. Okay? And then we simplify. So, y sub p is equal to negative 4e raised to 2x sine x cosine x plus 2e raised to 2x cosine x squared plus 4e raised to 2x sine x cosine x plus 2e raised to 2x sine squared x. So this will be cancelled. And then we can factor out 2e raised to 2x times cosine squared x plus sine squared x. But this is equal to 1. So therefore, y sub t is equal to ayan. Kung nag-trial particular solution lang tayo, ang sagot lang natin 2 for A. Ayan. Okay? So therefore, y natin ay equal siya sa yc plus yp. So y therefore is c1 cosine x plus c2 sine x plus 2e raised to 2x. So this is our general solution. Yeah. Hindi, okay lang yan, Lawrence. At least, di ba, natutunan. Natutunan tayo. Ayan. Okay? May question ba? Ang haba ng solution natin. Pahaba. Narito na yan ako. Ano yung susunod-sunod? Okay. Next. So, i-apply na natin yung mga conditions natin. So, ito yung mga conditions natin para hanapin natin yung particular solution. So, yung una ay if when x is 0, y is also 0. So, let's apply that. So, this is equal to 0. It's equal to c1 cosine 0 plus c2 sine 0 plus 2e raised to 2 times 0. So, this is equal to 1. Sine 0 is 0. So, therefore, cosine 0 is 1. So C1 is equal to 2. Tama ba ako? Wala ito. Transpose natin, negative pala. Negative. C1 is equal to negative 2. Okay? Tama ba? Ayan. Okay. Ang next condition natin ay when x is 0, y prime is 0. Y prime is 0. So, ang gagawin natin ay kailangan natin i-derive ito. So, y prime is equal to c1 negative sine x plus c2 cosine x plus 2e raised to 2x times 2. Or y prime is negative c1 sine x plus c2 cosine x plus 4e raised to 2x. So, apply natin condition. So, this is 0 is equal to negative c1 sine 0 plus c2 cosine 0 plus 4e raised to 2 times 0. So, this is equal to 1. Cosine 0 is 1. And then sine 0 is 0. So, c2 is equal to negative 4. So, therefore, particular solution natin ay negative 2 cosine x minus 4 sine x plus 2e raised to 2. Tama ba ko? Yan. Or we can rewrite it as 2e raised to 2x minus 2 cosine x minus 4 sine x. Okay, so this is our particular solution. Particular solution. Okay. Ilang pages to? 1, 2, 3. 8 lang naman. Ayan. So may question ba kayo sa ating particular solution? Oh. Okay lang naman yan. Di naman natin kasi din in-expect. Pero syempre ako nagtitest kayong ganyan, try na lang sa iba na mas madali. Kaya kanina natagilan na ako kung nakita ko yung nung nakita ko pa lang ito, para natagilan na ako dahil iniisip ko ng integral niya. Feel ko mahaba na. Kaya. Kaya kung ayaw nyo nag-i-integrate, kung kaya naman siyang i-solve ng undetermined coefficient, i-solve nyo siyang undetermined coefficient. Pero kung gustong-gusto nyo nag-i-integrate, mag-variation ng parameters kayo lagi. Kasi sa undetermined, walang integration doon, puro lang derivatives. Ang pinaka-difference lang ay pag gumagamit kayo ng undetermined coefficient, kasi tinitignan nyo lagi yung y sub c at saka y sub p. Remember yung special case na nagpapareho yung term ng y sub c at saka y sub p nung trial particular. So sa undetermined coefficient, kailangan chine-check nyo muna yon. Pero hindi ka mukha sa variation of parameters, hindi mo na kailangan i-check yon. Kasi lalabas at lalabas naman siya doon sa solution ninyo. Yun lang yung isa sa pinaka-difference nila in terms of usage. And of course, purely derivatives ang undetermined coefficient, may requirement na integration ang variation of parameters. Okay? May question? Kung wala kayong question, ito na ang susunod. Gusto niyo pa ba ng variation of parameters? Or kung kaya naman siyang i-ano na lang natin, i-undetermined coefficient. Ayan. So, ito ay kaya naman siyang i-undetermined coefficient because we have algebraic and trigo. Ayan. Cosine in particular. So, pwede naman natin siyang i-solve using undetermined coefficient. Okay? So, yun na lang, no? Yun. Pero, gusto niyo yan or magbago tayo ng Pero feeling ko yan na yun. Okay? Okay? May question ba? Okay, are we ready for our next example? Meron na lang tayong 15 minutes. Kaya natin yan. Okay, so yung y sub c ay y double prime plus 9y is equal to 0. So m squared plus 9 is equal to 0. So what are the roots of m1 and m2? Feeling ko special case na naman ito. Both 5, 3, 1, 0, 9. Okay, so special nga. Okay, so yung roots natin ay plus 3i and negative 3i. Or ito ay plus minus 3i. So what's our alpha? So alpha is 0 and then beta is 3. Ay, hindi. Tama naman ang kopya ko. Sige. Okay, so therefore, ang y sub c natin ay e raised to 0x times sa quantity c1 cosine 3x plus c2 sine 3x. So, okay, so this is equal to 1. So y sub c is equal to c1 cosine 3x plus c2 sine 3x. Ayan. Okay, so sa y sub p tayo. Okay, class, magta-trial particular solution tayo. Ano ang ating g of x? So g of x is 81x squared plus 14 cosine 4x. Okay, so what's our trial particular solution? So unahin na natin ito. So since algebraic yan na second degree, so meron tayong ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, plus ito ay trigo. So di ba magkasama lagi ang sine cosine? So d cosine 4x plus e sine 4x. Okay? May question ba sa akin trial particular solution? Itong ABC is for the algebraic. Itong DE is for the trigo function na cosine. Okay. Now, you check the number of the derivatives. Hindi. Pagkaka-derive niya. Order niya. Second order. So, we need to derive this twice. So, unahin na natin. So, y sub p prime is equal to 2ax plus b. Okay, so this is 0. So, plus derivative nito. So, that's d negative sine 4x times 4 plus e cosine 4x times 4. Ayan. So, ayusin. Kahit hindi na natin ayusin, hindi naman natin kailangan yung y prime. Okay, next yung y double prime. Okay, so this is equal to 2a. So this is 0. Okay, and then ito ay negative 4d cosine 4x times 4 plus 4e times the negative sine 4x times 4. Ayan. Okay, ayusin na lang natin. So, y double prime is 2a minus 16d cosine 4x minus 16e sine 4x. Ayan. Since meron na tayo nito, isa-substitute na lang natin sila dito sa equation natin. So, unahin natin y double prime. So, the quantity 2a minus 16d cosine 4x minus 16e sine 4x. Okay? Plus 9. Plus 9 times yung yp lang natin, which is this one. So, ax squared plus bx plus c plus d cosine 4x plus e sine 4x. Okay, so that's equal to, ayun, 81 x squared plus 14 cosine 4x. Ayan. Okay. So, do not forget to multiply yung 9 dito. Pero wag na natin, hindi ko na siya i-simplify muna. Ayan. Okay, so mag-equate na tayo. X squared na. So by coefficient. So by coefficient of x squared. So dito sa left side, we have 9a. That's equal to 81. So a is equal to 9. Ayan. So coefficient of b, x. Wala dito. That's 0 is equal to, 0. 0 plus 9b is equal to 0. Tama ba? X ito lang, may x. So 9b is equal to 0. So b is equal to 0. Next, so we have constant. So we have 2a plus 9c is equal to 0. Tama ba? Ayan. So, 2 times 9 plus 9c is equal to 0. So this is 9c is equal to negative 18. So c is equal to negative 2. Ayan. Okay? Okay, next. So we have cosine for x. So we have negative 16d cosine for x plus 9d. Tama ba? Negative 16d plus 9d. Wala na. So that's equal to 14. Ayan. So 16 minus 9. 7. So negative 7d is equal to 14. So d is equal to negative 2. And the last one is sine for x. Okay, sine for x, we have negative 16e plus 9e is equal to 0. Ayan. So e is equal to 0. Okay, so therefore, our general, ang y sub p natin ay, okay, let's substitute them to our y sub p. So a is 9. So 9 x squared plus b0 plus c. So c minus 2 and then plus d. So d is negative 2 minus 2 cosine for x plus e, so is 0. So therefore, so this is our particular y sub p. Okay, so therefore, our general solution is y sub c plus y sub p. So y sub c is c1 cosine 3x plus c2 sine 3x plus 9x squared minus 2 minus 2 cosine 4x. So this is our general solution. So this is our general solution. Okay, but we have a condition. So our first condition is when x is 0, y is also 0. That's our first condition. So let's apply that. So 0 is equal to C1 cosine 3 times 0 plus C2 sine 3 times 0 plus 9 times 0 squared minus 2 minus 4 2 cosine 4 times 0. Ayan. So sine 0 is 0 and cosine 0 is 1. So 0 is C1. So ito ay 1. So then I 0. So ito din I 1. So we have C1 minus 2 minus 2. Tama ba ako? C1, C1, 0. Negative 2 minus 2. Ayan. So therefore, C1 is equal to 4. Okay? Next. Next condition is when x is 0, y prime is equal to 3. So let's derive this. So y prime is equal to C1 sine 3x times 3 plus C2 negative C2 cosine 3x times 3 plus 18x minus 0 minus 2 times negative sine 4x times 4. Okay. So let's apply the condition. So this is 3 is equal to C1 negative C1 ulit. This is 3 is equal to negative 3C1 times sine 3 times 0 plus 3C2 cosine 3x plus 18 times 0 plus 8 sine 4 times 0. Okay, sine 0 is 0, so this term is 0. And this is also 0. And this is also 0. So matitira ay 1. 3 is equal to 3 C2. So C2 is equal to 1. Tama? Ayan. So therefore, particular solution natin ay C1. Okay, C1 is 4. So 4 cosine 3x plus sine 3x plus 9x squared minus 2 minus 2 cosine 4x is our particular solution. Ayan. Okay, may question? Can you imagine if we have triple prime? Meron tayong triple prime.